I grew up in China where no one eats dessert after dinner. We drink hot water, we walk after every meal, and basically think buying anything on credit is reckless. Sounds extreme? Well, let me explain why these age-old Asian mom habits could make your life healthier, less financially stressful, and way more fulfilling. Hi, my name is Tian. I'm your mom friend of two littles who love to bring intentionality into family life and motherhood. If that's your thing, please subscribe. When I first moved to the US, I was shocked that people plan for dessert after dinner. You see, growing up Chinese, if we are done with dinner, we are done with food. We don't eat anything until the next morning. Unless you're pregnant, of course, you might be eating 7 to 8 meals a day. But for everyone else, after dinner, for at least 12 to 15 hours a day, we don't eat anything. A totally normal habit in Asia, but in the West, we call it intermittent fasting. And now with science, we know all these huge benefits of intermittent fasting. It helps with blood sugar management, preventing type 2 diabetes, and it helps with many neurodegenerative diseases. But for us Asians, it's not a diet, it's just how we eat. And the health benefits are well documented. So next time you finish your dinner, think twice about your dessert. Even after 5 years of living in the US, I am still not used to the idea of icy cold water. Except when I was pregnant and I feel like a furnace all day. We now know that warm foods and liquids are super healing to the gut. And to us moms and all the women out there, the benefits extend all the way to hormonal balance and healthier cycles. As an Asian mom, I always opt for warm liquids or at least room temperature. And I like to make sure there's electrolytes in it, especially natural electrolytes. That includes herbal tea, soup, broth, which are far better than sugary drinks like Gatorade. On hotter days, I like to brew my tea concentrated and then I'll put in some cold water so that they are cooler and easier to drink during hot summer days. These are all traditional ways to hydrate more effectively, and if you're around older Asian folks enough, you'll see them always carrying around a little thermos with some floating tea leaves and a few pieces of goji berry. Guys, they know what they're doing. I'm no senior, but I drink ginger tea and barley tea all day round, and I go deeper on this topic in my Chinese confinement video, especially on how proper hydration helps with postpartum recovery as well as milk supply. So definitely check it out if you want to apply ancient Chinese confinement wisdom to your postpartum recovery in modern days. And now cheers! In Chinese, we say 饭后走一走，活到99, which means walking a few hundred steps after a meal, you will live till 99. Now, the numbers are poetic, but the point is practical. In Asia, people really prioritize taking care of their body. After dinner, people often go on long walks before they enter the fast. Parks are like playgrounds for seniors. After dinner, it's all socializing, it's all group dancing, it's all walking together. I love the fact that in Asia, exercise are not individual activities. They're often group activities. So you get the dopamine boost from both physical exercise as well as socializing. Even though as a mom in these child-rearing years, I haven't always been very good at keeping up with my wellness checklist, but there's always a sense of unease when I'm not taking care of my body for an extended period of time. And that includes things like moving my body, having regular sauna session, cupping, or even mineral bath, and of course, eating well. Speaking of eating well, I eat like a king. I splurge on food. The majority of our monthly spending goes towards food. I cook at home 80% of the time, so by splurging, I don't mean eating out. I believe the body is very capable of healing itself or accumulate damage. And food is either medicine or set up for future problems. I prioritize feeding my family seasonal, organic, regenerative farming ingredients. I try to eat seasonally and have fermented food with every meal, with protein, fat, and carbs. I cook our meals with high mineral salt as well as quality fats, and I believe this is being money savvy in two ways. Cooking at home with really quality ingredients still saves a lot more than eating out. So it not only saves money in a short run, but also these are tiny accumulative investment that I put into my health so that I would hopefully spend less on medical interventions down the road. I believe it's a blessing to live in a time and age where there's so much medical technology advancements, but that is not a reason to write off the importance of taking care of our bodies and health. Apart from from our mortgage and a short-term car loan, we do not owe anything. The Asian money mindset is that if you cannot pay for it with cash, you can't afford it. That applies to not just big purchases, but also little purchases that are $20 here and $50 there that can really add up fast. I didn't always think this way until I started building a family culture, realizing it is an uphill battle against consumerism here in the US. That's when memories of how my Chinese family managed money came back to me. Simple things like weekly budget check-ins with my husband and having a spreadsheet that tracks our yearly spending cash flow are all ways that keep us accountable. I also have habits that help guard myself from overspending, things like not going in the store more than 2 times a month or only grocery shop once a week, because if I reduce the times I allow myself to spend, then I naturally reduce spending. It really helps to have fun saving goals like for traveling or for some home projects. My husband and I both have spending money per month that we can use on whatever we want. I'm not trying to portray a kind of frugal living that is life depriving. It's not about never spending, it's about spending on what truly matters. And this Asian habit of living debt-free allows us to turn impulse spending into intentional spending. One of my tricks to stay in budget is to always borrow, use hand-me-downs, or buy secondhand, especially when it comes to kids stuff. Growing up in China, I always wore hand-me-downs from cousins or my mom's friends' kids, and I never thought twice about it. That kind of frugal living mindset is so deeply cultural. As a matter of fact, this weekend I was just talking to a friend who was from the UK. We're talking about how houses in the US are just so big, and when they're big houses, they have a lot of storage space, so you can always keep a lot of stuff around. But that is not true in other parts of the world. In China, people usually have apartments and not houses, and you really can't afford to keep that many things around, so it is actually beneficial for you to lend your stuff to other people because it kind of acts as a temporary storage solution. And now, as a mom of 2 rapidly growing and changing little ones, I do a lot of kids' clothes swapping with other moms, and I buy everything secondhand. The only exception being shoes, because I learned from my research that having soft bottom shoes that are wide-toed can really help their foot development, so that's the one exception. But other than that, all the kids' clothes, toys are mostly swaps, gifts, or hand-me-downs. And the same goes for me. I have not purchased new clothes in a long time, except when we're traveling and there are unpredictable weather. I feel great in the clothes I own that really don't cost a whole lot. I enjoy the sense of treasure hunting in a thrift store, and whenever people pay compliments to my looks, I will be proud to say I thrifted this. I would start counting, this was $3, that was $4, and I am genuinely really proud of it. But I haven't always been this way. When I was young and stupid in my early 20s, I spent the majority of my income on clothes, but as I grow older, as I became a mom, these frugal habits that I grew up and observed really came back to me. And now I have to show you guys something. Okay, this is our toothpaste. My husband always makes fun of me for being able to squeeze out even more out of an empty tube. As a consequence, he is now fired from deciding when this is empty. Whether it's jars, bottles, or tubes, I'm always squeezing the very last bit out. I also teach my kids from a really early stage to scrape their yogurt bowl after they think it is all empty. It's not about whether we could afford to waste. I think it's about honoring God's provision and to cherish all that he has provided for us. And that happens to align with my Asian mom habits that I've accumulated over the years, so it's perfect. I hope you enjoy watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it myself, and if so, please hit that like button. And before you leave, please subscribe so that we can stay in touch. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!